Yes, as you see in the title, we are diving back into those chilling waters of Creed Aventus. Stay tuned. Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Okay, so I know this subject has been talked about to death, and I've stated in several videos in the past that I am so sick of Creed Aventus. I'm sick of hearing about it. Yes, I do own a bottle of it, but man, oh man, am I tired of hearing about this fragrance and talking about it. Well, why am I talking about it today? Because there is a company that I talked about before, and I really didn't give them their due diligence as a company. I think I got more caught up in trying to do too many things at one time, and I was getting a lot of packages at the time, and this company sent me some stuff. I reached out to them. They were generous enough to oblige. I did do an unboxing. I did do one or two, I believe, fragrances from the company, separate videos, and then I kind of like veered away from it. I started talking about other things. I had other decants and samples and packages I was ordering, and stuff like that was coming in. So I don't just stick to one specific house. I don't just do Dapper. I just don't do Sensual Obsessions. I just don't do Lady in Red International, Creed Replica Company, which is the fragrance I'm about to talk about. I talk about everything. I try to mix it up. I don't stick to one specific house. I don't ride the wave that everybody else is riding when they're talking about this. I'm actually way off over here by myself doing something else. I usually like to wait until something dies down. The only reason why I found out about this company is because of a subscriber who is actually, I'm following on Instagram a while back, and he held up one of these bottles, and I was like, what the hell is that? I've never heard of that company before. And I asked him about it, and he gave me the website. I hit the people up. They responded. They hooked me up with a few, and I was impressed, to be honest. And I had these way before I even got my actual bottle of Creed Aventus, in which I traded for this. I traded a Killian Discovery set for this. That bad. Like, people thought I was stupid for that trade, but I mean, who cares, man? I mean, I wanted this as a trophy. I got it, and I'm happy to have it. But I will say this, for people who are not willing to spend a whole lot on these, then this company will suffice. Trust me. I'm not the type person who hypes a lot of fragrances. I do not do that. There are a few fragrances, I can count them probably on one hand, that I actually hype the most. And one of them is an actual cheapie. $10 fragrance, Bora Bora. And I hype this to the high heavens. But this video isn't about this. It's about this. This fragrance company is called Lady in Red. I think it's LLC or Lady in Red International. But the website is actually ladyinred.com. And I will leave the link to that in the description. But they are a Creed replica company. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out here. All of the fragrances that I have from this company, with the exception of one, in which I think I gave to Trey Scents for his wife, because it was the women's version of Creed Aventus. And my friend doesn't wear perfume, and I couldn't think of anybody else to give it to besides my mother, but I had just gave her a bunch of stuff not too long ago. But one of the fragrances is the one I'm talking about today. They're Creed Aventus. They also have Millesime Imperial. One of my favorites, hands down. I actually smelled this in Nordstrom's, the actual Creed Viking. But this is definitely close enough. Love that fragrance. Silver Mountain Water. which I'm not really a big fan of Silver Mountain Water, but I do like it a little. And Green Irish Tweed, which is the talk of the town. Everybody well, a lot of people like it, some don't. These are all 50 ml bottles, and they run you, I'm just gonna ballpark guesstimate it because I haven't looked it up in a while, between $25 to $35 for one of these, which is a whole heck of a lot cheaper than paying what you're gonna pay for this. So how close is it? I'm not gonna do a percentage because that's not fair, but I will say that this is definitely close to this, but you can tell the quality in this is definitely far superior than this one. You can smell the difference, trust me. But to the average nose, they're not gonna know what you're wearing. They're just gonna say you smell good, which is what happened yesterday. I wore this to Walmart when I was cashing my check. Yes, I cashed my check because my day job is prehistoric. They're behind the times, and I have to go to Walmart to cash this check. I could have went to the bank, but I don't like going to the bank, standing in those long lines, whatever. So anyway, the young lady behind the register, she was behind a plexiglass shield. She had a mask on, and I had my mask on, of course. And she was putting in my information, trying to cash my check for me. She kept messing up. And she just stopped and she was like, "Why did you come in here like that?" And I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Smelling like that." I'm like, "Is that a bad thing?" She was like, "No, you smell good, but you got me back here messing up because you smelling all good and stuff." And I was like, "Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have put this on after I left." So I thought that was funny. Another funny thing is, I've stated this before in videos, I never, ever, and you can see I've been wearing this, never got a compliment while wearing this. Never. But anytime I wear one of my clones or replicas or whatever you want to call it, this Insurrection Period 2, Club de Nuit Intense Man, anything from Dapper, anything from Sensual Obsessions, I always get compliments. I never get a compliment with this. And I know it's going to be some people, "Oh man, you shouldn't be all about the compliments because you should just wear it for you." And I do wear it for me. But for some people, they have low self-esteem. I don't, but some people, I used to. Some people have low self-esteem. And when you get a nice, positive compliment, it makes you feel good about yourself. And that's one of the things that I love about fragrances, that fragrances do for people. They help build confidence. They help gives you, even though it's a false sense of confidence, it gives you a sense of confidence. So I like this fragrance. Performance. I got about 2.5, almost 3 hours of projection out of this. No lie. That's without spraying my shirt. That's just on my skin. And y'all know I got dry skin. I don't get the best performance out of a lot of fragrances, especially the ones that people hype and say it gives 17 hours of performance and all of this. I don't get that from any fragrance. The only one I get a great amount of longevity out of is Club de Nuit Intense Man. But anyway, almost 3 hours of projection. I got about 5.5 to 6 hours of longevity out of this, which is pretty good for me. Works fine. So with that being said, y'all, look into this company, give them a shot. And if you can get samples or decants first before jumping in and paying, even though $25, $30 is not a lot, I know a lot of people don't really want to waste money. So look into trying to get samples first. If not, maybe check them out. If you already have Creed fragrances, then no need to even think about this unless you're going to get something like this for somebody for a gift or Christmas or something like that. But for the most part, that's all I have, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Here is To Smelling Great. Peace.